Boxing King Media in association with Boxer Harlem Eubank. Harlem, we are at the launch press conference for Smith Eubank Jr 2. Before we talk about that, I just want to quickly assess your last performance. I was at your call, but I missed you because it took you ages to have a piss to do that test.
Yeah, we had the testing after. It's the first time I've been tested actually, so it's good to obviously enroll and promote clean sport. This is what we're here for, so it's very important, and I was happy to undertake my first test. Yeah, it's a big part of the sport, so it's important, especially in the climate we're in.
That's interesting. That I never knew that. So you've had what, 14, 15 fights, maybe more. You fought on Sky, The Zone, Channel 5, and it was the first time you've been tested. That's pretty nuts, that.
Yeah, first time. So I've been waiting. For my test, and it's very, very important for the sport that these things are made very clear, and all the testing agencies communicate with each other, and everything is on a level playing field. In a sport like boxing, it's above all sports, it's the most important thing. So I was happy to undertake my first one.
And just talking about your performance in the last two that you've had at your call, I've been at both of them, but obviously you got the W both times, but you were tested quite a lot last time. You took a lot of shots as well. Would it be fair to say you was maybe buzzed, but you rode the storm and came back and obviously won in pretty dominating fashion towards the end? Why was that? Do you think because it was a last minute opponent, the weight? Because I know there was a big weight thing as well, weren't there?
I think I won every round, and it's these type of fights. I'm always in there against people that are coming to win, and that's not often the case. But with me, it's the case every time. My last name's Eubank, and I always get the best from every opponent and get real challenges in front of me, regardless of records and resumes and all of that jazz. I get real fighters that come to win every time. So that always brings a test, and every time I overcome it and always win in dominant fashion.
It's worth mentioning the guy was heavy. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I know there was some discrepancy of the weight, and he was the bigger man on the night. Does that make a huge difference? Because we hear about these myths, weight plays a massive part. But what did you feel in there? Because you was probably up until the day before preparing, you made the weight at the weight you were supposed to fight at.
Yeah, I'm a professional. Obviously, we had a pull-out last-minute opponent who was preparing for another fight, and came ready to try and do something, and I was prepared for that, and like I say, won every round, dropped him twice, and hurt him many times throughout the fight. So it's very happy with the performance, and a great learning fight for these bigger fights that I'm going to go into.
Yeah, that's what I loved about the fight the most. Despite the odd few bits where he looked like he was doing well, you kind of came back, you dropped him, and you got the job done. And obviously, your call, massive Channel 5 audience. So for your fans out there, realistically, what is next? Are you going to go down that British route, or do you think you might surpass that and jump straight on the world level?
I don't think straight to world level. I'd love
like a world level type, but like an international.
Yeah, I'd love whatever step. I just want to keep moving towards that dream of becoming a world champion. And these, internationals, they get you good rankings, so they sound good to me. As well as the British or European, they're both great steps for me, and great, great next steps, great development opportunities to propel me to that world level that I want to be at. There's plenty of progression that I've still got until that point, and that excites me, because the potential is high, and I've just got to keep working away behind the shadows and keep putting in dominant performances. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Good, man. It's great to see your progress, and we're here today. Your cousin Eubank Jr. He's quite a witty character. There's not many people that can outwit him at press conferences, and today I was genuinely thinking, how's he going to come back from the last press conference? And I feel like he's just probably outwitted Liam again, just on the press conference table.
He's good. He's very good, very smart, very good with words, and yeah, he knows how to work that back and forth. Very, as you say, witty and funny with some of the remarks. And Liam's the perfect dance partner as well. You know, they don't get along. Liam's more straight down the line, and you know, Chris knows how to maneuver him. So it's great fun at these presses. But I'm done with the talk. I want to see Chris have revenge in the ring on fight night. You know, the talking's entertaining, and he's very good at that. And now I want to see the real Chris Eubank Jr in the ring, and that's what I'm excited about.
You obviously spend a lot of time with him outside the ring. You know, how much did that loss affect his ego, his personality, and like, did it change him as a person in any way? Like, you know, is he openly talking about it? You know, did he openly talk or joke about, you know, being stopped?
No, I think he's bulletproof. That's what his whole that's what his character's built on. You know, not being phased. But I think a loss teaches everyone. I think it, you know, you ask yourself questions and become a better version and learn the lessons from things like that. He's not the type of character to outwardly, you know, speak about the lessons he learned from it, or, you know, how it changed him. But, you know, everyone learns from these moments, and if you don't, you won't become a better fighter for it. And I believe that he will be a better fighter for the last fight, and I think he'll you know, right the wrong in this next one.
How do you think it plays out? Do you think he comes and trades with Liam like the Chris Eubank Jr we saw in his first 12 fights, where he just took the fight to his opponents, or is he going to be same sort of tactics as last time?
I just think and I hope that he's himself. And we've seen what he can do when he's in full flow. So that's what I want to see. I just want to see fully fledged Chris Eubank Jr. Face off against Liam Smith, who's a very good fighter. So that's what I'm excited about, and that's what I hope he will bring.
Last question on yourself, when can we see you back in?
Hopefully June. Yeah, I want to stay active this year and you know, continue building and work towards some big fights.
Got half an eye on that Maxwell-Dalton Smith fight?
Say that again?
Have you got half an eye on Dalton Smith versus Sam Maxwell?
Definitely. You know, I'd love the winner of that towards the end of the year. That would be great for me. I'm ready for those challenges.
Well, Harlem, you're a great kid, and anyone that's watching this, I'd urge him to follow your career, because you've always been humble. Ever since I've known you from your debut, you've always been a humble guy. Even though you're fighting on Channel 5 headlining shows, you're still the same as you was when I met you in your first fight.
Of course, when I'm world champion, I'll be the same guy.
And remember that. I don't want to hear, I'm only doing interviews with the IFL and seconds out.
Some Boxing King Media's #1, IFL #2, so.
Man, that's your opinion, man. Thank you for that, Harlem.